everybody, welcome. Tonight we're going to be drawing a cute little Superman for my friend Deontay, who requested this drawing. Before I start, I'm going to give myself some ovals just to help me keep track of where I want Superman's body to go and the different shapes for his arms and legs that I'm going to be drawing. So let's see. Just a few little lines just to help me out. Show where I want his eyes to go and his mouth. Alright, I think we're just about ready to start. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with his face. I like to start with his eyes, so I'm going to draw two rainbow lines like that. And give the bottom part of his eyes, I'm going to give him a chibi look, so he's going to have really, really big eyes. The colored part in his eyes, and because he's a chibi, I'm going to give him some big giant highlights inside his eyes, just like that. 3 circles, just a big, medium, small kind of look to it. Nice, nice. I'm going to give him a nice little smile, not too big. Some cheeks, good, good, good. All right. We're going to situate his little ears between his eyes and his mouth. A little bigger on that side. And we're going to give him this nice strong chin. Just like that. Very nice. Next, we're going to add his Superman curl. His hairline is going to come out this way with a curvish line, come down to his ear. I'm going to do the same on the other side, a curving line following the contour of his head. Bring it down to be a little sideburn, a little lower than his ear. And then we're going to just draw the top of his head. We're going to draw lines on either side. And I'm just going to kind of keep it a little bit straight on top, almost like a square top. Don't forget his eyebrows. That's really cute. That's a really great start to our Superman. I'm going to add a little nose line like that and bring it up. There we go. That's a really great start to our Superman. Now, he is a chibi, so he's going to have a little bit of a little chibi pot belly, not super muscular. So I'm going to have it come down and around like this, sort of a S-shaped line, and then I'm going to have another one on this side that's going to come down and around. Now I'm not going to make them touch at the bottom. I'm going to leave them open, and you'll see why in a minute. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put his belt on, and that's going to be a curving line going across his belly like this, and a second line to be the other part of the belt. Nice, nice. And then I'm going to draw his belt buckle. I'm going to put 2 lines really close to each other, like that, and then one more over here. I should have room for it. Do the same on the opposite side. 2 little lines here, 2 little lines up. That one's going to become part of the outside line. No big deal. Not a problem. All right. Now we're going to have his one hand. It's going to be sort of a rounded letter V shape like this, and then we're going to have it almost like an ice cream cone without a line across the middle. So that's one of his hands. And I'm going to draw a little oval next to it so he does look like he is almost gripping like a fist. And I'm going to draw a curving line coming down and attaching to his body. So he's flying through the air with his arm up. The other side, we're just going to do that same kind of a very gentle letter V line, almost a letter U on that side like that. Rounded line on top of that way to the side. And then we're going to add a little circle line. Nice. Alright, so we're going to draw the top part of his arm, the upper part of his arm, and then the lower line of his arm going back and attaching to his body. Very nice. Okay. Let's work on his leg now. His leg is going to curve, be a curved line down like that, and we're going to go back up his body and follow the curve of his body down a little bit. And underneath that, we're going to draw an oval shape. It's going to start a little higher and back because it's supposed to look like the heel of his foot. And then we're going to put an upside down letter V for the decoration of his boot. I'm also going to put a line across that will be his shorts. Alright, the other side we're going to draw, this is going to seem strange, but it's what's called foreshortening. It's his bent leg, so it's going to be a curving letter V, and it's going to be bent, so all we're going to see is the top of his back foot like that. So that looks like this foot is forward, this foot is slightly back. We won't see the top of his boot because it's underneath this leg. Very sweet. We're almost done drawing him. He's going to be great. Let's draw the Superman symbol. We're going to start with a straight line on top, a sideways letter V line, a sideways letter V line. Keep going with that letter V at the very bottom. So in actuality, if you look at it, it looks like a diamond shape. All right, just inside of that, go ahead and write a letter S. We all know what that stands for. And the final thing we're going to need to do is his awesome cape. So his cape would be here behind this arm. So we're going to pretend that it's there. We're going to come down from that without touching. So we're jumping over his arm, landing here, and making a curved line down like this. We're going to do the same on the other side. His cape would come off. We'll see a little bit of it here, and then we'll continue it down like that. That looks pretty good. All right, now we're going to do the outside line of the cape, and you'll understand more when we finish this part up. So you're going to start close to this other line, and you're going to flare it out, kind of curving line, and then attach those two ends with a curving line like that. We're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to bring a line down and out, and then a curving line that attaches them together. Good. And now we're going to do this is the outside of the cape. We're going to do the inside of the cape now. We're going to draw a curving line that goes in behind him and comes out like that. All right, there's our Superman. He is looking awesome. We're just going to color him up and he'll be all finished for today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the drawing. And now I'm going to get coloring, and I'll see you at the end.